Jane, it was such a pleasure having you in my workshop. Thank you so much for attending. I feel so honored that you're getting on here to give a testimonial about the workshop and just share what came out of that for you. So thank you so much for doing this.
Well, thank you for holding it and allowing me to participate. What did I get out of it? I think as a coach, and I was just talking to somebody about this, as a coach, we go into it with our heart. And, but a heart, as big as it is, or as much as we want to give, doesn't necessarily reach out and touch the people that really need to hear what we have to say. And I know that I have, over the last 6 months, just struggled with that some ideas that I've had that I want to share. And at the end, I was expressing this to you and you said, but Jane, that's not a system. And I went, oh yeah, I know. I know. and it was just like,
Just to say, you were talking about referrals. You were saying, well, I always got referrals. And I
that's
said,
right.
That's not a marketing system.
That's not a marketing system.
You're sitting there and waiting.
Yeah, I'm relying on other people to do my work for me.
Well, it sounds really nice, but
well, yeah,
you don't have control over your business to really scale it that way.
That's right.
Yeah, you're just kind of leaving it to chance, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the end, then I can't do as much good.
Right.
So
that's right.
I've just, for all the things that I think and say that I want to do, I can't do it. To the level that I really desire to, unless I have a system that reaches people. Yeah.
So you feel like that's kind of what you got out of it, is just sort of opening your eyes a little bit, maybe to what you need to maybe have in your business to make that big impact and even more money. Is that what you're saying?
Well, and money is important. There's that balance. I mean, we want to do good in the world, but the more that we have, the more the money that we bring in, the more that we can do for the world.
That's right. It does take money to make impact. Yeah. It absolutely does. Yeah. So, and it can be both. And that's the thing. I have the biggest heart ever to help people and make a difference for them. But I also want to help them make money, and I want to make money. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, because I have other missions and things that I'm really passionate about serving too, even outside of the coaching world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it can be both. It does not have to be either or. So I'm actually glad you're bringing that up, because that is, a lot of coaches struggle with that.
Yes. And I also was listening, and I apologize, I can't remember her name, but she was a coach, and I believe she said she's a mindset coach. And to hear her say that she just closed a job for, I think it was 40,000.
40,000. Yes.
My mouth dropped open. I can't even fathom that at this point.
She couldn't either. She said, if you would have told me a year ago that I would have gone from $1,797 for 90 days to $40,000, I would never have even dreamed that was possible for me.
Yes.
But yeah, that is, I'm glad you got that, because there is so much opportunity out there for people who truly are experts at what they do. There's just so much opportunity. You should be getting the top people. You should be getting top dollar. You should be able to acquire those things and make those things happen in your business. Because Jane, you've been in the coaching industry for how many years? Like over 20 years, I think, or
well,
is that right?
I've been actually coaching for about 15, but
okay.
So
that's still a long time.
It's still a long time. Yeah. And a lot of methods and a lot of working with people and coming to understand what the real underlying needs are. So
right. So there's no reason for you to not get paid for that expertise, and there's no reason for you to not be getting really the best clients that would appreciate and value what you can bring to them.
Yeah, and I think that, and I hadn't thought about it quite that way before, but it has gone through my mind. It is one of the things you talked about was getting the right clients.
Yes.
So not, because I do get calls from people and then they'll say, oh, well, I have to ask my husband. I'm going, you're not my client if you have to go ask your husband.
Because you know who your people are. That's a
Yeah,
really important thing, that we know who our
yeah,
people are. Yeah.
yeah. And you have to already be in charge of yourself
Mhm.
to be my client. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I think there are coaches for those people,
Right.
but I think we have to know who we can best serve.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
there are just certain things that just really, that just, I don't want to have to like put out so much energy that I feel drained. And so what you just said, you kind of know that that's a kind of a qualifier for you
yeah,
with a client. And just like I know there are certain things that I look for, kind of those red flags that I'm like, okay, yes, this isn't my person. And I think that comes from experience. That comes from truly being an expert and working in this industry, and really, figuring out who you do love to work with, who you can get the best results for, and really enjoy what you're doing, as well as, making that impact. And that comes from the experience. So you should get paid for that, Jane. But thank you. Anything else you would like to add?
just thank you. That was really eye-opening, and helpful to reframe my thinking. Yeah,
Awesome. I love
yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm not even a mindset coach, and I shift people's minds. I love it. But thank you for the testimonial. It was a pleasure
You're
having you
welcome.
there.
Thank you, Anne.
Thanks.